So, hello everyone. Hello, welcome back to our Make It in Germany webinar. And today, as again, I'm the same Jean-Marc. Today, I'm with my colleagues, Katarina, who will just appear and present you some technical advice. And today is actually a big premiere for us because we have two referents from two different continents. So we have from Mrs. Amel Said from Goethe-Institut in Tunis, and we also have Mrs. Andrea Fay from Goethe-Institut in New York. So that means we are like connected with three different continents. So in Europe, in Germany, and one referent in Africa, and another one in America. So today we are actually very international. So before we begin with our webinar, I just wanted, Katarina is going to give you some little advices, some technical advices about how to use the platform. And after that, I'm going to introduce myself and begin with the part. So,
okay.
Hello, Katarina.
Hi, everyone. Maybe you can start the presentation. Thank you for the technical advice.
Okay.
I hope you can all see and hear us properly. If not, please make a symbol like a plus symbol or a minus symbol if you can hear or not hear us. So maybe we can fix the problem in the chat. I'm here to support you technically. If you have some technical issues in the chat, you can write your question down below. All the questions you ask can only see by the staff members, not in the entire chat, so don't be confused. Everything is all right. You can type your question during this webinar, but they will be answered at the end of the webinar. They will be collected, and we hope we have enough time that you can get your answer. I think this is all. I will shut my camera off, and the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Katarina. And yes, I'm back. And like I said before, I started the presentation. I wanted to give you some little information about myself. So I'm Jean-Marc Janhan, and I'm living in Germany for 14 years now. I came at the time as a foreign student. I studied business administration at the university in Frankfurt, and after that I moved to Cologne, where I studied a master in economics. And after my master in economics, I started working at the Cologne Institute for Economic Research, which is actually doing this Make It in Germany project. And yes, actually it's very funny because 14 years ago, I was a Goethe-Institut student. So I learned German at the Goethe-Institut in Abidjan in Ivory Coast. And so today is actually very funny to have two different Goethe-Institut to help us during this webinar. So I'm actually the perfect example that is always possible to learn German, because German was not my first languages. I mean, French was my first language, and as I said, I learned 3 to 4 months German in Abidjan, so in Ivory Coast, and after that I moved to Germany. I learned German before starting my study, because I needed German in order to begin my studies in business administration. And 14 years after, I can tell you now I can speak German. I mean, Katarina can say proof of that, and everything is possible. Just that was some little information about myself. And but before, so yes, the agenda for today. First of all, I'm going to present you what is Make It in Germany. So maybe a lot of you already know what is Make It in Germany, but for us it's also really interesting to know if you know Make It in Germany, or if it's the first time you heard about Make It in Germany. In the second part, I'm going to explain to you why it is important to learn German. And in the third part, we are going to welcome our two referents. And at this time, I wanted to thank you, the both referents who accepted to help us during this webinar. So thank you very much, Mrs. Fay, and thank you very much, Mrs. Said, that you are able to help us today with our webinar. Thank you very much. But before we started, I just wanted to ask you 2 questions. because it's really interesting for us to know if you are in Germany or if you know make it in Germany. So I'm going to start the question, and you are going, this question is going to pop up in front of your screen, and just you have to answer it with yes or not. So you have I give you just 1 minute to answer it, so that for our statistics is also very good, very good. So we just started with the first question, and the first question is going to be, are you already in Germany? So it's important for us to know if you are in Germany. You can answer with yes or no. So it's important for us to, in order to direct our presentations, because if you are already in Germany, of course, it's much more easier. But if you are not in Germany, of course, there are another information that maybe you may need to know. Oh, interesting. So according to the results, 88% of people are outside Germany. And I'll give you 30 more seconds, and then we are going to move to the second question. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 88% of the people are not in Germany. It's really interesting. So actually that means all of the people actually mean German. And the second question is going to be, wait a second. Yes. So the second question is going to be if you are familiar with your official website, Make It in Germany. So it's also important for us to know, do you know Make It in Germany? Have you already been on the website? And yeah, it's also going to help us. And then I'm going to have a brief overview of the participant today. So it's very interesting. Oh, according to the results, I would say 60% already know Make It in Germany, and 33% doesn't know Make It in Germany. That's actually very interesting. Okay, I give you 30 more seconds, and then you are going to start it. Okay, now it's finished. So 58% of the people actually familiar with Make It in Germany. That's actually very interesting. And as I always telling in my seminar, I wish in the time I moved to Germany there was such a website as Make It in Germany, because if you are planning to come to Germany, Make It in Germany is the website that you need, because you are going to find all the information you need. So what is Make It in Germany actually? And Make It in Germany is the German government information portal for qualified professionals. So the Make It in Germany was launched in 2012, and has gone on to become the federal government key information portal for all issues surrounding migration for qualified professionals. So it's really important. This website is directly for people who wanted to immigrate in Germany in order to have a professional qualification here. So it's really, really important. It's not for the people who want to have like a tourist visa. You are not going to find the information you need. So if you are going to plan a longer stay in Germany, this website is the website for you. The website is available in 4 languages. So in German, of course, in English, in French, and in Spanish. All of the full version is in these 4 languages. And we also have a brief information. We call it landing pages, and these landing pages are available in 11 languages like Arabic, Indonesian, Italian, where you can have like a brief overview of what is Make It in Germany, of what you are going to find on the website. And then if you want to read much more on the website, you are going to need like to read it in English, for example. So the aim of the portal is to encourage, like I said, and to inspire qualified professionals from around the world to come and work in Germany. That's actually the aim of the portal. And until now, we have, since 2012, over 24 million users worldwide. That actually is a sign that a lot of people are actually using the website to get all the information they need in order to plan the migrations. So what does Make It in Germany offer actually as information? So Make It in Germany provides comprehensive information from all issues surrounding migration from qualified professionals from around the world. So if a qualified professional wants to come to Germany, is going to have all the information. You can also find or Make It in Germany a vacant job listing. So a job listing, we call it the Make It in Germany job listing, where you can find also the offer as a suitable job vacancies for those, especially for qualified professionals from around the world. Make It in Germany is also supporting companies by providing specific information on how to secure and integrate qualified professionals from abroad. And we're also offering a competent and personalized advices via email, the website, telephone hotline, or via chat. So that's actually the possibility you have to get in contact with us if you have like specific information you need. And Make It in Germany, you also have available information, the different kind of information like how I can assess my opportunity in Germany with a quick check. So with actually a very helpful tools will give you a brief assessment. So if you have an opportunity here in Germany, or if you don't have an opportunity in Germany, like I said, you have a job listing in Germany, you also have specific information or detailed information about entry and visa regulations. You have also information about the recognition of foreign qualification, which is actually a very important part from people from outside Germany. And we also have success story from companies who hire professional for qualified professionals from around the world. We also have success story from immigrants who move to Germany and actually will actually explain how everything went for them. You also can find information about how to learn German. And like today, so today after the presentation today, you will also have an opportunity if you want to have information in details, you can also come and Make It in Germany and find information about learning German. So at the beginning, I explained to you how important it is to learn German, because I say 14 years ago, I moved to Germany with just only French. I didn't speak German and all, but it is really important. I mean, German is a key. If you want, actually, and when I'm asking myself, why is it important to learn German? Actually, the simplest answers I will give is just to simplify your start in Germany. Because I mean, that's not only in Germany, but that's not a specific thing for Germany, but that actually that apply to every country. If you want to move in a country, it's better that you can understand at least the language of the country in order for you to simplify your start in Germany. And learning German is also improving your chance on the German job market, because like I said, it's not always obligatory to have German languages, but for some professions, like for related profession, it is an obligation. If you want to work as a doctor here in Germany, you will have to prove that you can speak German, and that means sense. I mean, you should be able to speak with your patients. So of course, you will need to have a certain level of German. So learning German is also a prerequisite for certain types of visa. For example, if you want to apply for a visa for job seeker for qualified professionals with a vocational training, you will have to prove that you have German, that you can speak German at least at the level B1. Also, if you want to a visa for studying, but in this point, it's also important to make a difference, because this is only available, this is only applied to you if you want to study in German. So you might be required to provide proof of your language skills required for your study program to the German embassy. So, for example, if you want to make a master in English, of course, you doesn't need to provide B1, for example, German B1. It doesn't need it. Just if you also want to have a visa for vocational training, you will also have to prove that you have B1 languages in German. Also, the visa for the purpose of applying for training, you also have to prove that you are B2. The visa for the recognition of foreign qualifications, you will have to prove that you have A2. And for the visa for family reunification, you will have to prove that you have A1. But that's not actually, this visa doesn't apply actually to everyone. There are some exceptions. For example, if you are a holder of a EU blue card, for example, your wife or your man who is coming to you doesn't need to prove that he has A1 German languages. So actually it depends. But in general cases, you must prove that you have at least a German languages at A1. And also if you are living in Germany and if you apply for settlement permit, you will have to prove that you have German languages. So actually the laws require to have B1, but for EU blue cards, A1 is actually enough. Of course, maybe a lot of people maybe kind of question themselves, what is actually B1, what is actually B2 or the A2? But actually, that's a perfect part now to give the word to my two colleagues from Goethe-Institut, which actually provide to German languages. And before I switch to a part with the Goethe-Institut, and I will show you can find on our website on Make It in Germany where you can find the Goethe-Institut, for example. So if you go on our website, Make It in Germany, maybe I can go on the website very quickly. So here's our website for people who never have been on the website before. That's actually our website, Make It in Germany. And you look by visa. Wait a minute, I have some little problem with my internet, but it's getting better. So you go by visa and then world map. And if you're choosing world map, you can just choose your country and oh my God. Oh, okay. Actually, I think so you can just look for your country and then if you, for example, if I'm taking my country, so the country I'm coming from is Cote d'Ivoire in West Africa. When I'm clicking on it, I have a possibility. So sorry, actually the website is actually not that slow, but today I don't know why. It's probably with your internet, maybe, but I can assure you it's not always the case. So, okay. So you can choose by institution, and if I'm clicking on Goethe-Institut, so I can show me actually where I can find the Goethe-Institut in Abidjan actually. So that's actually very interesting, and that was actually the part of my presentation about about our website, Make It in Germany, and about why it is important to speak German. I mean, even if you doesn't need German in order to get a visa, I will encourage you to learn German because that's something that's really important because you may need German just for the normal life here in Germany. If you want to go buy something or you want to bring your children to schools or and perfect example I always giving to people, especially in this time of quarantine where the parents were required to homeschooling their children. Can you imagine yourself if you doesn't speak German? How will it be possible for you to train your to homeschooling your children in German? So actually that's a proof why it is important to learn German. Of course, I know maybe a lot of people may say it's difficult. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. I mean, I'm the perfect proof of that. So I'm finished with my part. I will come back later for the questions, but right now I'm letting the expert, because the Goethe-Institut are the experts for this area. So I'm letting the word now to the expert who will come and starting with the presentations. And as a guest, thank you very much, Mrs. Fai and Mrs. Said, for your time. So, hello, Mrs. Fai.
Thank you very much for the introduction, and thank you to Make It in Germany for giving us the opportunity to talk about the Goethe-Institut. And thank you, Jean-Marc. I do not agree. German is not a difficult language to learn, and you are the best example because your German is excellent. And I think I can give you hopefully some advice today on how to make that process a little easier. And I'm trying to now hopefully share my screen. Okay, so I'll start the presentation, and you just have to let me know if there are some technical issues and you won't be able to see it. Right. Okay. So my name is Andrea Pfeil, and I am the director of the language department at the Goethe-Institut New York, and I'm joined today by Amel Said from the Goethe-Institut in Tunis, and we sort of take turns in hopefully showing you ways to learn German, and we call it the bridge to success. As Jean-Marc already mentioned, being able to communicate in German is a big step towards feeling at home in Germany and being able to be successful in your job and in your private life as well. So we have a short presentation prepared for you to give you an overview of what the Goethe-Institut does and where you can find us. You already have seen the fantastic map you can use through the Make It in Germany portal, but we will also give you a brief overview also of our partners who also offer the Goethe-Institut exams. Jean-Marc mentioned a lot of letters, the B1 and A1 and all those levels, and I will give you a brief overview on what that actually means. It's called the European Framework for Languages, and we will see what that means in actually workload. So how do I achieve those levels? We will also introduce you to the exams we offer at the Goethe-Institut, and as I said, show you how we offer language courses. The Goethe-Institut has more than 70 years of experience in teaching languages, and we have hopefully developed ways of making it easy for you to have a fast progress in learning German. We also want to introduce you to some learning apps the Goethe-Institut has developed to help you to informally as well learn and train and practice your German skills. And we also will give you an introduction of our web portal, which is called My Path to Germany, with a lot of additional information on helping you to get started in Germany. And as I said, we will have hopefully a lot of time at the end to answer all your questions. So the Goethe-Institut is not only offering language courses, we also have cultural events and provide you with information on Germany. So the Goethe-Institut has the aim to foster international cultural partnerships and also to convey a comprehensive and contemporary image of Germany abroad. So whenever you come to a Goethe-Institut, you will not only get the opportunity to learn German, you will also have a lot of other fantastic events, cultural events to get an impression of Germany in general. I have a brief overview of the Goethe-Institut, and I do not want to bore you with a lot of dates and numbers, but this is just to give you a background of how the Goethe-Institut got started. We were founded in 1951 and have really mainly focused to start with on teaching German. We also put in 1958, an important date for the Goethe-Institut in Tunis.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. We need to see the presentation. You have to click on the presentation so that we can follow with you.
I'm clicking on the presentation.
Because for now it's only the start page actually.
Okay, that's no good.
Now it's working. very much.
If I press
That was
play and
We-
move on, then okay, that just I cannot move the slides, so
Oh.
I'll have
oh,
to see. I'll just have to use the other. I have to use it like this. Does that
okay,
work
perfect.
for you? Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that works better.
Perfect.
My apologies for showing you slides you didn't see, but hopefully we've figured it out now. So this is an overview of the history of the Goethe-Institut. And as I said, you don't have to look at all the numbers, but it gives you an impression that the Goethe-Institut has been around for a long time, and we have developed a lot of expertise in teaching German and also working in our host countries to foster intercultural understanding. And the Goethe-Institut in Tunis was founded in 1958, and the Goethe-Institut New York was founded 45 years ago. So we have a question for you before we move on, and I would like to ask Jean-Marc to show the question for everyone so you can make a choice. We would like to know, have you ever been to a Goethe-Institut before?
So wait a minute. The question is coming. So
So we'll give you a couple of seconds or a minute to try and remember. Have you ever been to a Goethe-Institut before? And I think, Jean-Marc, you have to let us know what the results were, because I can't see it from here.
okay, maybe 40 more seconds and then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now it's interesting because as 73% of the people have never been to a Goethe-Institut before. So,
Have never been. Okay, that's good to know. So we can give you a bit more information on the background of the Goethe-Institut and hopefully show you how to find us and where to find us. As I said, I work at the Goethe-Institut in New York. Here is just an impression for you so you can see where I usually work. Right now I am still at home. The Goethe-Institut is closed as a location, but we are still working and offering language courses and have our programming going on. But usually we have that beautiful location here right in the center of Manhattan. And to let you know where Amel is sitting, this is an impression of the Goethe-Institut in Tunis, which looks absolutely amazing, I think, and gives you an idea of how we work and what kind of atmosphere you will find at a Goethe-Institut. And you can also see from both images that it really obviously depends on what country you're in and what the Goethe-Institut will look like depending on where you are. We have 157 institutes in 98 countries. 12 of the Goethe-Instituts are in Germany, and all the other ones are in 98 countries. I also have a world map, so you get an impression of how the Goethe-Instituts are spread out around the world, and maybe give you an idea of where the closest institute is to where you are at. We also, if you couldn't find a Goethe-Institut that's close to you, we also have 541 examination partners. That's quite important for you if you have to take an exam. You don't necessarily have to go to a Goethe-Institut. You can also take one of our exams at our licensed examination partners, and also approach them if you need more information on how to learn German. So if you couldn't find a Goethe-Institut that's really close to you, you can always go to our website and try and see where the examination partners are. And as I said, they're licensed to take our exams as well. We also have 157 foreign German language centers, or we call them Goethe centers. They're our partners we support and work closely with, and they will also give you information on Germany or offer language courses as well. So all in all, there's more than 1,000 points of contact for you in 100 different countries. So hopefully there will be a way for you very closely to take an exam if you need to. The Goethe-Institut, and those are the numbers from 2019, has offered 270,000 courses, and we have more than 500,000 exams that people have taken last year. So this is just to give you a background information of some statistical numbers. And now we move on to another question. I will have to hand over to Jean-Marc again to ask the question. Take a guess. What do you think? How many hours do you need to study German to achieve an intermediate level B1? So we'll give you a short time to think about it. If you don't have any German knowledge so far, how long do you think will it take to achieve the B1 level, so the intermediate level of German? How much time do you have to put in? What's the workload to be able to pass that exam? We have 3 options for you: 250 hours, 350, or 500 hours.
Okay, I will say, I will give you answers now. So 20% thinks that there is just 250 hours. 44% think that that's 350 hours. And 36% thinks it's 500 hours.
Thank you. So the majority is correct. We have here an overview. I know it's a lot to look at, but I circled in the numbers. We have an overview to give you an impression how long it takes, on average, of course, to learn German to be able to do the B1 level. And as you can see, the A1 level is a beginner's level, A1 and A2. And to complete A1 and A2, it'll take 350 hours as a maximum on average. Of course, every person is different, and you might be a lot faster, or it might take a little longer, but that's sort of the average it takes to be able to speak German on a good beginner's level. And if you want to pass the B1 exam, this is what we've been talking about before, or Jean-Marc mentioned before, it is sort of a range between 350 and 650 hours, or the workload of 350 hours. This is just to give you an impression. If you are planning to move to Germany and find a job there, this is definitely the time you have to plan in for. We get a lot of questions at the Goethe-Institut for how long does it take, or can I actually start studying in Germany with no previous knowledge if I start learning in May and want to start in September. So often yeah, people have not a clear idea of how many hours it takes to achieve a certain level. And this is obviously just a rough idea, but it will give you a good number to plan with if you are thinking of moving to Germany. Then those workloads are probably a good way of planning forward. And obviously there's different ways of learning the language, and you can choose different paths to do it. But you will also see on the right-hand side here, those are the targets and the goals you have to achieve on those certain levels. If there are any questions regarding that, we can definitely answer them later. Here again is an overview where you can see the European Framework of References. The European Framework of References is a fantastic tool to give you an idea of where your language skills are at. So if I told you my French is on an A2 level, it gives you a clear indication of that I'm just a beginner of French speaking and where I'm at. So this framework applies to all European languages. It actually can apply to all languages, and it gives you a sort of a structure and a framework to work with and to see what level you're at. Of course, it also includes, and this is part of our exams, that you have obviously learned different skills. You have spoken, reading, writing, and listening comprehension, and the exams we offer are also reflecting that. So you can take an let's say a B2 exam for your spoken skills, because you are already speaking German a lot better, but you can also then switch and take the B1 exam for written skills. So to reflect the different learning speeds regarding to the language skills, the Goethe-Institut exams have switched from an overall test to a competency-based test and skill test. We also offer exams for professionals. It's called the Goethe Test Pro, and it's sort of a test that adjusts to your skills. So you start, and if you're doing well, you sort of move up the framework ladder. I'm not sure if Jean-Marc already mentioned it, but if you want to study in Germany, we also offer the test stuff, which is provided by the test stuff Institute, but it can be also taken at the Goethe Institutes worldwide, and they obviously have a range of different points you have to achieve according to the degree you want to study. All those examinations are offered for adults and young people, and they are all reviewed and certified by the Association of Language Testers in Europe. So we have sort of a seal of quality for those exams, and they are officially recognized by German universities and embassies if you want to apply for a visa. I would like to talk about how do you get there now? How do you actually learn German? What are the courses we offer? Just for your information, if you want to take an exam at the Goethe-Institut or one of our partners, you do not have to take a German class with us. You can learn German in many different ways, but we obviously also offer German courses and highly recommend it, because all our courses are always based on the skills you need to have to be able to pass the exams. So we have in our classes, we have very realistic practice of German learning. So you will not have to focus on grammar or or long-winded listening exercises, you can just basically start talking right away. All the classes are held in German and work with current topics. It's also important for you to know that the exams are not testing grammar skills as such. Yeah, they're testing your communicative success. So as long as you are able to achieve what is being asked, grammar is not the most important part. So I think that's important to know, because often, people ask how important is it to have to be fluent in German, to be grammatically correct. And this is, especially on the lower levels, not important. Okay, so this looks a bit different now, but I can still show you what kind of courses we have. We offer courses for groups and also one-on-one classes. So depending on how you learn better, you can join group classes or join an individual course. Depending on how quickly you have to achieve your goal, we offer courses with different speeds or intensities, as we call it. So depending on how much time you can spend on learning German, we have a whole range of different classes for you with more or less hours per week. Especially now, it's really important to know that we do offer, apart from face-to-face classes, we do offer online courses and virtual blended courses with a high percentage of live sessions. So you get a lot of support and get to talk with your fellow students, and still will be able to learn German, even though you might not be able to go to a Goethe-Institut in person. All the Goethe Institutes worldwide now also offer online courses. We also have specialized courses that depends a lot on the Goethe-Institut in your country. They might offer courses especially for exams, so exam preparation courses or courses to practice your written skills, or sometimes depending on the country, we also offer courses for certain professions, so for the medical profession, for instance, or for engineering jobs, and offer then specialized courses. I'm still trying to prove to Jean-Marc that it isn't difficult to learn German, and I would like to show you why. I think we can help you to make it as easy for you as possible. We have developed online teaching courses and material, and because we have so much experience on how to teach and how to teach effectively, and to focus on communicative success, our courses are set up so you learn step by step. You get really small and easy steps to progress, to go back and repeat, to take different exercises and tasks, so you are always helped and guided with every step you take. And as I said, we do not focus on grammar, but we teach grammar through using the language. So you automatically understand, why do I actually have to use that structure, sentence structure, by using it. And here is just a short or a screenshot to show you that the classes have a really strong focus on interacting as a group, always interacting with your fellow students, but also with the teacher. The teachers are highly trained in also teaching online courses, and they are trained to support you individually and also to motivate you as a group to progress through the course. And I've been working with those courses for a long time here in New York, and I can from the experience our learners share with us, assure you that it is a lot easier and a lot more satisfying to learn German that way, because you are encouraged to actually sit down and do the work on your own, but you always get the support from your teacher, as well as from fellow students who sort of help you to get through some more difficult patches if you find it a bit more difficult to get motivated. We also have, as I said, group courses that are in different lengths. So if you have to learn German fast, you could do the whole level, or you could do the whole level in 8 to 16 weeks, depending on the Goethe-Institut. They offer it in different sort of speeds, but generally the levels are so you can choose if you want to learn German fast or can take a little more time. We also offer individual classes if you need this, sort of the support or have to learn German faster than the group courses offer. Then you can take one-on-one classes, or you can also sort of get, if you already have a good knowledge of German, you can also ask for a sort of a coach, a teacher who will then help you to prepare for a special occasion. Let's say you have to take an exam and you have already learned German, but you want to brush up on the format, and then you can get and ask us for a coach to give you feedback on how you can prepare better for the exam. We also offer that for job interviews, and I can highly recommend that, because then it gives you some extra training opportunities to and feedback to practice for job interviews. So you don't only hear what I have to say about our courses. I have also added videos from our learners. You will have the presentation here to download, and if you download it, you can just take a picture of the QR code in the middle, and then you would be able to listen to what our New Yorker course participants have to say about our classes. And we just recently did those interviews to find out how our learners liked learning only online, and it gives you a good idea of how they have experienced the change from face-to-face learning to online learning, and what they think works better for them. I would also give you a short list of learning apps that always help, as in addition to a German class, to brush up your German or to do extra exercises. We have a whole range of different learning apps, and I only picked a couple here. You will also find more on our website, but we are trying with our interactive learning material, we're trying to also cater to different target groups, and give you different ways of giving you extra information and extra exercises on German. So we have a YouTube videos on I would say language coaching. Ida will give you support on and give you tips on how to learn German, and she explains German grammar or gives you other other tips on how to improve your German or how to, you know, review some phenomenons in German. For the A1 level and also for students, we have an app called Stadt der Wörter. It is really for beginners, and we also have a student version with a campus version where you can collect words and trade words and build your own avatar and sort of through a game improve your German. It is, as I said, it is an addition to a German course, but it is definitely fun to do that while you learn German in a class. We also have and I highly recommend to sign up. We have a community called Deutsch für dich, where you will find a ton of different exercises, listening skills, videos, and music and all sorts of things, depending on what you're interested in. But it also has a feature where you can actually talk to other students, to find a friend, to exchange ideas, to talk about Germany, but also to practice German. And this is, I think this is a great tool for you when you want to prepare for an exam or when you have any other questions regarding moving to Germany, then this is definitely a good community to join. And last but not least, and before I hand over to Amel, I would like to talk about our online. Most of the libraries at the Goethe-Institut are still closed, but that doesn't mean you cannot get German books and films. We have a free of charge online, so you can just sign up with the Goethe-Institut and then access an online library and get, well, of course, books to learn German, but also German literature and German films. You can look at and just browse and see what else there is. So it's an offer free of charge, and I think it's fantastic because you can just see what's out there, and you will also get obviously teaching material to help you to prepare for exams, for instance. Okay, this is my part of the presentation, and I will now hand over to Amel, and I will just keep clicking if that's okay with you, Amel, and you let me know when you need the next slide.
Oh, thank you very much, Andrea, for this very nice presentation. I'm sure our people know well now about Goethe-Institut and the many offers, the different offers of the Goethe-Institut. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Emel Said. I'm from Tunis, and I am the head of the language department for more than 10 years now. I have the pleasure today to present you the program of the Goethe-Institut, Mobility and Migration. I want to apologize for my English. It is a little more difficult now to take it from Andrea, because it's not the language where I feel at ease. In French, it would be for me much more easier, but I hope you will understand my presentation.
Amel, sorry, I think we don't see you. Maybe can you make your camera on?
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you see me now? So I said I have today the pleasure to present you the program of the Goethe-Institut, Mobility and Migration. It is, I would a little bit sometimes switch some slides, because I think the time it's a little bit tight. what is this program? This program is co-funded from the European Union. It is about, first of all, the pre-integration program for people willing to travel to Germany and to settle in Germany. Is it for a familiar reason, or you want to study, or you want to work in Germany? The integration program are developed to indicate the very important specific role of the different steps leading to a successful life in Germany, from pre-integration to transition till a real successful settlement in Germany, with many aspects of the advice services in the portal. I will introduce to the portal later on. Seminars, different sorts of language courses, and ways to improve the English on a free way. So I said the word pre-integration. Next slide, Andrea, please. Pre-integration. Before you leave your home country, you have the possibility to be prepared for day-to-day living and working in Germany. There is a program at two regions, the Goethe-Institut at two regions in Southeast Asia and Southeast Europe. It is about a preliminary input to support the migration experience, to support during the transition period until integration services can be succeed in Germany. The program offers different advice services like face-to-face information consultation per email, telephone, but also seminars. People can live in countries like in Africa or in Asia or also in Europe, can get the opportunity to share information with migration advisors from Germany. And you have also the possibility to take part at the integration courses held at these Goethe-Institutes in Philippines, in Indonesia, in Turkey, in Albania, in many countries. And this program, pre-integration programs, will be implemented too in the MENA region. It means in my region, at three Goethe-Institutes, at the Goethe-Institut Tunis, Cairo, and Lebanon. So from 2021, you will have the opportunity, if you are living in these countries, to benefit from this program. Next, please. The portal, the web portal, is accompanied with it gives you an orientation during the first month in Germany, and it is the way to explain you the very different steps to make before the real integration in Germany. So you see, it helps you. The next slide, please. It helps you to prepare for the early days in Germany while you are still in your home country, and give you further pointers for further research. You will also find useful words and phrases for your day life in Germany. I think the very important thing in this web portal, you have a kind of booklet, Mein Deutschland Heft. It's a kind of notice book, which kind of literary guide that accompanies the portal. So you have, in this booklet, you will find general information and pointers. You will find information about my first steps in Germany, about the healthcare in Germany, about the steps when you are seeking for a job. I will present the content of this heft. Heft of English is booklet or notice. I will show you in the camera this heft. This booklet. You can, when you go on the portal Mein Weg nach Deutschland, My Path to Germany, you will find this this booklet in PDF, and you see you have always a kind of, here you can notice your remarks, your questions. So you can do this from your country when you are still living in your home country, and then you can continue when you are living in Germany. Next, please. So we suppose you are now living in Germany, and you need help find your bearings in Germany. So the portal Mein Weg nach Deutschland or My Path to Germany has many contents and has many sections. So you can every time with one click have the information you need for a successful integration in Germany. And the very advantage of this portal is that you have in the portal itself 27 languages. Now, for people who are speaking Arabic or for people who are speaking Persian, French, English, Portuguese, and many Asian languages are represented in this portal. So it helps you to understand more in the language in which you will you feel at ease. The next, please, Andrea, content. Thank you. This is the content of the portal Mein Weg nach Deutschland. So you have here 9 points. I will maybe not all the points present, not all the points, but pick up some interesting and very important for the integration in Germany. First steps, school and the educational system in Germany, how does it function? If you are seeking for work, for a job in Germany, how do you have information about the institutions or the services which would give you advice about this field? Now you are living in Germany, for example, so you need information about the way life in Germany, but also in Europe, the banks and so on. Till the glossary point nine, you have the you have the possibility. All contents of the portal are in this glossary in many languages. So it's easy for you later on to show to know more about the content. The next, please. Jean-Marc and Andrea put the focus of the German language, and I will put the focus on the German language. It's not difficult because I'm not a native speaker. I speak German. I learned German in Tunis, first of all at the university, and then I am a product also of the Goethe-Institut. I learned German at the Goethe-Institut Tunis in the late 80s and the first 80s, and then continued at the university. So the very important thing is to have the possibility to practice English each time you have the opportunity to do it. In this section, you have the possibility, like section, you will find films, photos with exercises, games, and questions on themes of living in Germany. So you have always the possibility to improve your current level. I would not now go on further with this because you can, with a click, know more about this kind of exercises and opportunity to learn more about the language. I would like to show you a little bit what is the first steps in Germany when you are living in Germany. So I will a little bit jump to my iPad because I don't have all the contents in my computer. So the first steps in Germany, it means you have information about the visa procedure, about residence permit, about integration course. If you are in your own country, you have the possibilities, as I said, in Asia, but also in our country, in Tunisia, in Cairo, up next year, to take course. But you have also, there is conditions. The language course, aber in Germany, this is integration course, consists of 600 sessions. So after this language course and orientation course, you will be able to speak and read at the level A2 to B1. The other aspect of these first steps at the portal, housing. If you are looking for accommodation and you want to know the how to say it, the rules of living with other people in a home. So you have here also the possibility to know more about living with others, about neighborhood in Germany. If you don't know how a supermarket in Germany functions, so you have also in this field, in this section, a possibility to know more about that. The next, please, Andrea. I hope I'm not too fast. Okay. School, vocational training and university. In this field, if you are yourself willing to study in Germany, you have the possibility to know more about the conditions, how is it with the application form, or if you are with your family and your children, you have here the possibility to know more about the school or preschool in Germany. If you are willing to have a place in vocational training, you have also the possibility to learn more about this system. Next, please. For qualified people who want to work in Germany, to travel to Germany and for work, you have also, of course, the portal Make It in Germany, but also on the portal of the Goethe-Institut, Mein Weg nach Deutschland, you have many informations about the ways of finding work in Germany. And also, if you have now a job in Germany, so you have to need to know more about your colleagues. How can I act with my colleagues? Shall I say you do of English? Or maybe so you have here more informations about the contact you have with your colleagues, because with your boss it is another issue. And also you have the possibility to see how my working place looks like. So this wirklich a way to show you and to help you by the very first steps in Germany. Next, please. Family, I said if you are traveling with your family, so you have here, for example, ideas about when you are married or when you are willing to marry in Germany, which are the services that give you advice in this way, or you have children and you want your children to go to German school. So this point gives you more information about this section. Next, please. Living in Germany and in Europe. This section gives you idea about your civil rights and public life in Germany, but also an idea about the European Union. What are the laws in the European Unions, and if you are willing to travel in European countries, so you have more information about this field. But it is very important too when you live in Germany, or when you are willing to, well, on your way to Germany, you have to know how the bank system functions. You need to open a bank account. You need to know how the finances function in Germany. So all this kind of information, you have it on the portal Mein Weg nach Deutschland, oder my path to Germany. Next, please. Everyday life. Everyday life is very important for each one of us. So here you have the possibility to know about leisure in Germany, sports, the different offers you have if you want how to say it, bunt, a colored life. Then if you need an own phone number, if you want to have a contract, you have in Germany, the next please. No, it's okay. No, danke. You have to have a contract, and for having a contract, you have an address, officially address in German, and also a bank account. That's why it is really very important to know every step you are making for integration in Germany. Then now, getting help. We hope, of course, that you are well integrated in Germany, and you need the more or the less information or help in Germany. But if it is the case, you have in this field the possibility to have advice from many institutions in Germany services. There are two kinds of services. If you are between 12 and 27, you have the contact for the Jugendmigrationsdienste. You can get their informations about all issues with vocational training place or working or university or school. And this service has also an online service, JMD for you. The next, maybe, please, Andrea. The next. This. So you see www.jmd for you, jugendmigrationsdienste.de. But if you are an adult, it means if you are 27 plus, you have the Federal Office for Migration and Refugee. They give you advisory service for adults if you are seeking for a job, or if you are seeking for an integration course, or if you need information about specific things. Also, if you are in Germany and you are victim of discrimination, you have the possibility in this section to seek for help specifically in this field. So next, please. Here you will get the information, the presentation from the colleagues from the portal Make It in Germany, and you have also the possibility to click on Mein Deutschland Heft, the booklet, this booklet, and you can download it directly from the link. So next, please. Every one of us, for every one of us, it's important to be mobile. So you have the possibility to download the app Mein Weg nach Deutschland, My Path to Germany, with all the contents that I presented now. You can, with a click, in the train, in the bus, when you are on foot, to get the information you want. Our program, Mobility and Integration, is now in its third phase. And the third phase will prepare you when you are in Germany. We call that Ankommen in Deutschland, or Welcome in Deutschland. There is an app. You see here on the slide, where download app in German, French, English, Arabic, Persian, and many other languages. And you have in this app also testimonials from people who are now settled in Germany, and they make a kind of not a comparison, but they are speaking about your own experience. I am from Turkey. In Turkey, we say hello like that, but in Germany it is different. So it would help you to understand more the culture in Germany, and that's why it's also intercultural competence very, very important. There are also many other information, but I would like to give the chance to the questions. I think it is fertig in Deutsch auf German. Andrea spoke about the three themes of the focus of our work: language, culture, and Germany. And for us as institutions, it is very important also to ensure the conveyance of an all-around image of country of Germany by providing information on its language, culture, society, politics, and help people successfully find their bearings in Germany. Thank you, and sorry for my average English.
No problem.
Thank you and good luck. And Andrea, are you there?
So we're back again.
Of course, I'm still there.
And thank you again, as well. Thank you, Andrea, for the time, for the good you explain in detail what's actually the Goethe-Institut, what the Goethe-Institut is doing. I'm pretty sure it was a very helpful. It was very helpful information for our participants, But also, Amel, thank you very much. So you say you can speak English, but your English was pretty good. I mean, we understand everything you said. You doesn't have any problem. So I don't know why you are shy, but actually you did it. You did a great job. So thank you again for your time. And now it's the time for the question that the participant had for us. And I will ask Katarina to come and yeah, ask the question for us.
Hi, I'm here again. We have a couple of questions, and we are starting with the first one. I'm a master's student studying electronics engineering with English as a language of instruction. My question is, what are the chances for me to get an employment after my studies without having a high German proficiency? Thank you.
Okay, I think the question is for me, and I will say it's depend, because you are the one that can know if in your area of work you need German or not. Because if you're already in Germany, so that's not a problem. I mean, you can just apply for any job in your area, and if you find a job with English, then you doesn't necessarily need to have proficiency in German. But as for me, as according to me, it's actually not in every kind of area that English will be able, English will be sufficient for you to work. Because I know that in most of the case in Germany, also in most of the case, German is the language at work, the working language. So in my case, for example, at work, we speak German. I mean, with my colleagues, we speak German. So if you doesn't speak German, it will be, for example, for you, very difficult to get a position in my firm. But I don't know exactly what is in your area. So you are the one that actually should be able to know about it. So get information about your area or your field area. So you can just, you say electro, what is it again?
Electric engineering.
Electric engineering. So if you in electric engineering, you doesn't need German, or you find jobs who doesn't necessarily need German languages. So you will get lucky then.
Okay, thank you. The next question, I think, to the Goethe-Institut. Hi, I see there's no presence in Qatar. Do you offer the courses through partners in Qatar?
Ich bin überfragt.
Yeah, I can answer that. There is a language center, a German language center in Qatar, and they do offer German courses.
Okay, thank you.
But there is also online courses in the Gulf region, so you have also the possibility to learn German online too.
Okay.
How much is the fee for online group courses?
That's a difficult question to answer, because that really depends on where you're at. You would have to go on the Goethe-Institut website in your country and check it out, because we obviously have different prices in New York compared to Tunisia, for instance.
And also it is the question, the difference between standard courses and special courses. Normally, special courses are much more expensive than standard courses.
Maybe I have an interesting question in this area for you. Is it possible, for example, if someone is in Tunis to apply for an online course at the Goethe-Institut in New York? Is that possible? Since it's actually actually an online courses, so it doesn't necessarily be to have to live in the country, because at the beginning you speak about there's different kind of prices. So is that possible for someone to apply to a Goethe-Institut where he thinks the price are maybe cheaper or something?
No, because we would then refer you to where you're actually at. So if we get, I mean, it doesn't really work for the US, but if we get course requests from Tunisia, then we would refer them to our colleagues in Tunisia.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
I think
And that is really, it's really just simply because, you know, it's a lot more expensive, obviously, to run a Goethe-Institut in New York City compared to other countries, and this is also reflected in the courses. So, but you also want to be as close as possible to your Goethe-Institut to get information and advice, and obviously then get to know your Goethe-Institut that's close to you a lot better.
Okay.
There is another aspect which for me it is very important, because when you are in a group, an American group, people on the cultural side act differently from people in North Africa or maybe in Asia. So you have more the chances to understand the language and in a group where you belong to. This one. And the second, you can of course have a course at New York if the Goethe-Institut Tunis, for example, doesn't have this kind of course. So you need, for I don't know, some kind of special course, and you don't find it, but you find it at New York. It's normal that you can get this. I think so, Andrea. It depends on the course you want to visit.
Yes, but generally the idea is that you go to the Goethe-Institut in your country, because this is where you also get the advice, and you get to talk to people who speak your language. I mean, that's obviously easier in the United States, but in other countries you want to talk in your native language to someone who gives you information on the courses.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. The next question is from Augustine. What are the exam pass rate for those who actually study German at the Goethe-Institut? Any idea on this?
What's this again?
I didn't catch the question. Sorry, could you repeat it?
What are the exam pass rates for those who actually study German at the Goethe-Institut?
Ah, okay.
The what rate?
Ich glaube, Bestehensquote.
The success rate? Ah, okay.
Okay, Bestehensquote, yeah.
It really depends also on the country, I think. In the United States, the success rate is really high. People usually take classes and prepare for the test, and are really focused. I know that there are other institutes where people might just give it a go, and then obviously it's a bit riskier. So I think it really depends, and there is no general statistics we can take out of the box and say this is where you're particularly successful.
I agree with you, Andrea, but I think that if people are prepared at the Goethe-Institut, I'm speaking for the Goethe-Institut Tunis, they have more chances to succeed because they have access to various material preparing them for the exam.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that the others are not good as the Goethe-Institut, but at least I know exactly what you are offering at the institute, and the average of level is really very high for those who are taking course at our institution.
And most of our teachers are trained examiners as well, so they exactly know what the exams are about, and they incorporate that in their teaching. So they will always prepare students for the exam, and they might not even notice that they are getting prepared for the exam. So yeah, that's absolutely right. Taking a class at the Goethe-Institut is your practice for the exam already.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, how can I find out which language skills I need for my visa?
Okay, that maybe this question is for me. A good things for you are those. At the beginning, I talked about the website Make It in Germany. So maybe I will switch back very quickly to a website so that I can show you where you can find information about the visa and the language, the German language which is required for that kind of visa. So I guess everyone can see my, okay. So wait a second. Yes. So now I'm going back to the website. So I have a small problem here. That is formation. Oh, yeah, perfect. Now I'm back on the exact. So if I'm going on the part visa or Make It in Germany, you see here the different kind of visa. For example, I will take for example visa for job seekers. If you clicked on it, again, website is slow. Sorry for that. Okay. Now, so the visa for job seeker, and then you can see here, so for example, what are the requirements to issue a visa for job seeker? And then you can see here, for example, here we have information. So if you have you completed the vocational training, we are telling you you need B1. Also, you can find your information sum up when you scroll down at the end of the presentation. You will find in the end of this visa, and you will find a kind of journal as a visa journey at a glance, visa for job seekers, where you find the information again sum up. And then again, in this visa information graphic, you will find, for example, here, step 1, proof of German language competency minimum requires level B1, compulsory for people with vocational training. So again, for you, you have to go and make it in Germany, go on visa, different kind of visa, and then if you read it, you are going to know if you need a visa, if you need a German languages for that kind of visa or not. So actually, that's the part.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, oh, we have received a lot. A minute. I already have A1 level. Which level of German do I need to do before I will be able to get employed in Germany?
I mean, as again, it depends. I mean, you want to be applied as a, like I said, it's very important. I cannot answer this question with a direct question, a direct answers, because I don't know which kind of qualification you have. If you have a vocational training or if you have a academic degree, it actually is depending. And again, I show you the requirement you need for a job seeker's visa. And again, in that part, there is two difference. For example, if you have an academic degree, you doesn't need German languages in order to apply for a visa for job seekers. But if you have, for example, if you have a vocational training, then you have to prove that you have B1. So in that case, A1 won't be enough for you in order to apply for a visa for job seekers. So actually, that's why I'm telling you, go and make it in Germany and look first of all for the kind of visa that are actually applying to you, and then you will find all the requirements you have to fulfill. Because since you doesn't give me much information about which kind of qualification you have, it's really difficult for me to tell you if it's enough or not.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, are the Goethe Institutes open during the pandemic?
Oh.
Yes, they are open. You cannot go and visit the Goethe Institute necessarily, but I can speak for all the Goethe Institutes in the US. And you can see it, I'm working from home, but we do what we do usually as well. The only exception is in New York City, we cannot offer exams right now, but generally we have our classes online. We have program events that are actually sometimes even better because they can be accessed from anywhere in the world. If you go on Facebook and find the Goethe Institutes, you can access all program events from everywhere, which I think is fantastic. So we are still open, but not in a way that you can actually go inside a Goethe Institute. I know that some of the European institutes are open already again, and they also do offer exams in some of the some Asian countries. They are also already open again, but here in the US, we will probably work like this for quite a while still.
Also for Tunis, we are open for exams, but not for courses. We have online courses, but we have every week exams for E1 to the other levels, and we are working in our office. Today it is an exception. I choose to work from home office, but normally we are now for 6 weeks in the office, but not for the public, just for candidates who want to take an examination, the exam.
And I find in some ways we can actually now explore new opportunities that we can reach people who were not able to come to the Goethe Institute before, and they can take classes with us. We also have conversation groups where people can come now from all over the US, which is fantastic.
Okay, thank you. There's also one question. How long will it take to complete till A2 level?
Die Folie vielleicht, Andrea.
I think I can't switch back to it now, but it's about 240 hours maximum workload. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. The next question is from Ariadne. I'm a dentist. Can I work as a dentist assistant in Germany while I'm studying the language in this country?
I mean, that's depend. I don't think that is possible because I mean, in order to get these approbations, you will have to prove that you have German languages. So actually, I think that's a part of the process. So I don't think. So I'm not that 100% sure. Maybe the expert of from Recognition Germany, they have this website www.anerkennung in Germany or recognitioningermany.com, and you will find actually the specific information that actually applies to you, because that's actually a specific information for the recognition process. But from what I think, that won't be possible if you doesn't have like a certain level of German.
And maybe for people who are from North Africa, there is the pro recognition, the service of the IHK. It had its office in Cairo, and it has its office in Algiers. So if you have the possibility to go there, you have directly the advice at these two countries in North Africa.
Okay, thank you. There's another question. Is there any application on the smartphone to use to be fluent in German language?
Many.
No. That would be nice, but no.
Yeah.
To improve, maybe, but
you only learn the language when you practice, when you speak it. You have to interact with people. Unfortunately, that's not possible.
And we need to see you. We need to see you in our courses and in our online or face-to-face courses, so you can improve your level with apps. But I don't think that it will be ersetzen. Wie sagt man ersetzen auf Englisch?
Replace, yeah. It can enhance your learning, but it will definitely not replace interacting in the language and get feedback.
Maybe at that part, I can talk from my experience. I mean, I'm definitely not sure that it will work. For example, for a language like German, it's really important to interact with people, because as I'm taking my own experience, it was a biggest difference as I was learning on myself, and as I was here in Germany practices what I was learning, because that's actually a biggest difference. Hearing something, talking in the class and going out is different as when you are in Germany and you go out of the class and you have to practice it. So I will advise you to go to a course, because actually that's the best case to be prepared to perfectly speak the language, or understand at least.
I would add something very personal. I used to teach German at Tunisian school, public school, and my pupils used to ask me, "Oh, madam, German is so hard. It is so hard. I would never manage to learn this language." And my answer was also the following. I said always, if I manage to learn this language and I don't think I am more intelligent than you, so you are able to learn this language. And they were laughing. Okay, we don't have any excuse now not to learn German. So I don't think it is difficult, but it's a question of willing and of time too. You have to invest time, energy to learn this language, but it is a very beautiful language.
Of course it is.
Okay, thank you. Does the course also include the exam fees to get certified? For example, I take an A1 course. Can I also write the exam in that course, or do I have to separately pay the fees and write the exam?
Depends on the institutes.
Yeah.
It depends on the institutes. There are
Oh.
institutes who are offering that like package, so you pay for the course and the exam together. And there are other institutes who are offering this kind of courses separately. So you have fees for the course, and then you can decide also the date, I think, and the term and the termine. It depends on the Goethe-Institut and on the region.
But
So,
generally,
Andrea?
you always get a discount if you have taken a class with us, then you will get a different price for the exam if it's not part of a package.
Okay, interesting. The next question is from Vanessa. What level of German do I need to know to study?
Okay. As I said at the beginning, it's actually depending. If your program of study require to speak German, so I think you will have to prove that you have B2. Of course, also in Germany you will have to take the DSA, Deutsche Sprachprüfung für Hochschulzugangsberechtigung. And then you will be able to study all the test stuff. I mean, you have two possibilities in order to study in Germany. But I think the requirement would be B2 in order to study. Of course, if your program of study is German, but if your program of study is in English, you definitely doesn't need to prove any language course in German.
Okay, thanks. Can I also only do an exam certificate at the Goethe-Institut without having attended a class there?
Yes, of course. Yes, definitely.
Okay. I think we are almost over with the questions. There's just a general question, maybe for you, Jean-Marc, about working in Germany. How can I find a job in Germany? Maybe you can.
Okay.
Show people a bit job listings.
Yes, okay. So again, the website Make It in German is actually answering to all these all general question about working in Germany. As I said again, Make It in German is the official website from the German government for qualified professionals, where they can find all information relating to immigration to Germany. So if you want to work in Germany, I will advise you to go and Make It in Germany. Take your time and as I will say, invest the time to look for your information on yourself. I'm always telling people immigrating to a country is like a project. And of course, in the project, it's not something you do in 1 night or in 2 days. It takes time. So take your time, invest. I know a lot of people are saying that at the time some embassy are closed, or I don't get any appointment for a visa. But it's not, that's not actually a big drama actually, because you can use the time and getting well prepared. And as the second the embassy will be open, we will be ready to get an appointment and give all the documents, since you take your time and invest the time in preparing yourself. So if you want to immigrate to Germany, to find all the information regarding looking for a job, recognition, visa, even living in Germany, the first step in Germany, we also have video that can help you. Take your time and invest. And today, of course, German is a really important thing to say. I mean, I tell you in the beginning, I'm pretty sure I would have never been at the place I'm here if I in the past not learned German, because it comes together. Yes,
Me too.
exactly. I mean,
But
it
me
comes.
too in another context, please.
Yes, that, I mean, since I'm living in Germany, maybe it's much easier for me since I'm living here, so I have to speak. I mean, I don't have any chance. But as again, I have the same anecdote like Ahmed said. As a student in Abidjan at school, I had German, and I remember how I was always complaining myself how difficult it was. I remember the first word I heard was "Auf Wiedersehen," and I was so difficult. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to pronounce it Auf Wiedersehen." But like I said today, 20 years later, I'm here, I'm speaking. So and I will say the same word as Amel. I'm not thinking I'm the most intelligent people in the world. It's just
No.
a thing of willing. If you want, you will get it. So if you want to immigrate to Germany, even if you doesn't have to prove German, take your time. It will make your start here so much easier. That's one thing I can just tell you. Before I end the presentation, I wanted to take the time and to talk about the offer of our project partner we are working on is actually the migration support center, which is also offering a monthly online workshops. So you can go on the I put the link. You can go on the link and then you can check monthly which kind of online workshop they had. They are also very helpful for you guys. And again, our contact formula, if you need much more information, you can contact us via email, chat, hotline. That again, I show you with a screenshot where you can find this one, where you can find the contact formula on Make It in Germany. And yeah, so again, thank you very much for your time. I saw that actually a lot of people stay till the end. It's actually a proof that they were interesting in what we were talking about. Thank you very much, Amel. Thank you very much, Andrea, for your very helpful information. I'm pretty sure our participants learned a lot about learning German, about the Goethe-Institut, and about how to be prepared in order to come to Germany. So thank you very much in the name of my teams. And we also have one colleague in the back you may be not seeing, for Kebler, which also help us. Maybe you can just come say hi. Exactly. She's on the back and she's also helping us organizing this webinar. And again, thank you very much, everyone. And we will be having another webinar next month, and just keep in touch on Twitter. And yes, we will have another webinar. So thank you again, and I wish you good luck in preparing to your coming to Germany, and we are waiting for you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting
Thank you
us,
very
and
much.
good luck to
Thank
everyone.
you.
Stay
Goodbye.
healthy.
Thank you,
Bye.
Andrea. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.